What happens when human confidence meets nature's brute force? The story of the Titanic might give us a clue. In the early 20th century, the RMS Titanic was constructed with the ambitious goal of being the largest and most luxurious passenger liner ever built. With its 16 watertight compartments and advanced safety features, the ship was widely advertised as unsinkable. This claim became a hallmark of the Titanic's identity, a shining example of human engineering prowess. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England to New York City. Packed with over 2,200 souls, the ship represented the pinnacle of comfort and technological advancement. Yet, despite all its grandeur, the Titanic was ill-prepared for the unpredictable nature of the sea. 4 days into its journey, on a seemingly calm night, the Titanic met its fate. The ship struck an iceberg in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic. The collision was catastrophic, tearing open several of the supposedly watertight compartments. As the ship began to sink, it became painfully clear that there were not enough lifeboats for all the passengers due to the shipbuilder's overconfidence in its unsinkability. Over 1,500 people lost their lives that night, a somber testament to the dangers of hubris in the face of nature's unpredictability. The Titanic was not just a ship, it was a myth of invincibility, shattered by cold reality. The Titanic serves as a chilling reminder that overconfidence can be as dangerous as the iciest waters. Imagine a bridge that dances in the wind. Sounds poetic, right? Not for the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Completed in July of 1940, this suspension bridge in Washington state was a marvel of modern engineering, but it was also a harbinger of unforeseen disaster. Nicknamed Galloping Gertie, due to its alarming tendency to sway in even mild winds, the bridge became a spectacle. Engineers had pushed the boundaries of design, creating a structure that was slender and elegant. However, they gravely underestimated the power of aerodynamic forces. The bridge's narrow, solid girders acted like sails in the wind, catching gusts that induced violent oscillations. On a blustery November day, mere 4 months after its grand opening, Galloping Gertie succumbed to a particularly strong wind. The bridge twisted, writhed, and ultimately collapsed into the chilly waters below, a stark testament to the power of nature unleashed. From the wreckage of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge rose a new understanding of structural dynamics and aerodynamics. When is a classic not a classic? Coca-Cola learned the hard way in 1985. In the face of stiff competition and a declining market share, Coca-Cola made a daring move by changing the formula of its iconic drink. This decision was born out of an intense desire to stay ahead in the cola wars, primarily against its fierce rival, Pepsi. The company introduced what it called New Coke, a sweeter version supposedly preferred in blind taste tests. However, the public reaction was swift and severe. Loyal consumers were outraged, feeling as though a part of their identity had been altered without their consent. The backlash was not just vocal, it was profound, affecting the company's market position and brand perception. Realizing the gravity of their misstep, Coca-Cola moved quickly to control the damage. Within mere months, the company reintroduced the original formula as Coca-Cola Classic, which led to a resurgence in sales and consumer trust. New Coke proved that innovation without consideration of consumer loyalty can fizz out quickly. A mistake as small as mixing up measurement units can have consequences that are literally out of this world. Imagine the scene. It's September 1999, and NASA's Mars Climate Orbiter is poised to make its mark by studying the Martian atmosphere and climate. This spacecraft, however, faced an unexpected fate due to a seemingly minor oversight, a catastrophic unit conversion error. The engineering teams at NASA and Lockheed Martin were not on the same page when it came to the units used in their calculations. While one team used metric units, the other used imperial units. This mix-up led to the spacecraft approaching Mars at the wrong trajectory. Instead of orbiting the planet, the Mars Climate Orbiter came too close and disintegrated in the Martian atmosphere. A staggering $125 million and countless hours of work vanished in an instant. This mishap underscored a crucial lesson: the importance of standardization and precision in scientific endeavors cannot be overstated. The Mars Climate Orbiter is a $125 million testament to why the devil is truly in the details. Ever received information that wasn't meant for you? It can be awkward, unless you're on a plane. Imagine soaring high above the Atlantic, comfortably settled in for a long flight, when suddenly the calm is shattered by an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, brace for an emergency landing. This was the unexpected message that passengers aboard a British Airways flight heard in 2011 due to a mishap in the communication system. Initially intended as a drill message for the flight crew during a training exercise, the alarming announcement accidentally went public, sending waves of panic throughout the cabin. The crew quickly realized the error and reassured passengers that it was a false alarm, but the psychological impact lingered. Some passengers were in tears, others frantically sending goodbye messages to loved ones. This incident underscores a vital lesson in the importance of precise communication, especially in high-stress environments like aviation. Miscommunication can escalate quickly, affecting not just operational safety but also emotional well-being. This flight reminds us that clear communication is not just courteous, it's critical. Space, the final frontier, and sometimes the site of unsolved mysteries. In 1998, the Mars Polar Lander embarked on a daring mission to explore the frigid, barren landscapes of Mars. Its goals were ambitious: to study the climate, weather, and water content of the Martian poles. The spacecraft, equipped with state-of-the-art instruments, was poised to unlock secrets of the red planet's past and present. However, as the lander approached its destination, excitement turned into perplexity. During its descent on December 3rd, just moments from what should have been a historic touchdown, the Mars Polar Lander went silent. The last transmission was sent, and then nothing. No more data, no triumphant signals, just an eerie silence. This baffling disappearance sparked a flurry of investigations. Despite extensive analysis and numerous theories, the exact cause of the loss remains a mystery. Was it a software glitch, a mechanical failure, or something else entirely? The Mars Polar Lander's silent fate in the Martian dust underscores the eternal dance with the unknown in space exploration. What can happen when small oversights meet critical operations? 3 Mile Island is a stark example. In the quiet early hours of a March morning in 1979, the 3 Mile Island nuclear facility in Pennsylvania became the site of one of the most significant nuclear incidents in U.S. history. A series of mechanical failures, starting with a malfunctioning valve, went unnoticed. This oversight led to the exposure of the reactor core as cooling water drained away. Operators, unaware of the actual problem due to misleading sensor readings and inadequate training, failed to take corrective measures promptly. This series of errors culminated in a partial meltdown of the reactor core. Fortunately, the containment building held, averting a larger catastrophe. The incident shook public confidence in nuclear power, sparking debates and leading to sweeping reforms in how nuclear facilities were operated and regulated. 3 Mile Island became a critical lesson in the importance of rigorous safety protocols in nuclear energy. History isn't just about victories and successes, it's also a rich tapestry of mistakes and lessons. From the icy waters of the North Atlantic to the swaying Tacoma Narrows Bridge, each story carries a profound lesson that resonates through time. The Titanic, once deemed unsinkable, succumbed to the arrogance of overconfidence. This reminds us of the dangers lurking behind the veil of complacency and the importance of preparing for the unexpected. Meanwhile, the dramatic collapse of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in 1940 warns of underestimating natural forces, teaching engineers everywhere about the critical nature of aerodynamics and structural integrity. Switching gears to the corporate world, the New Coke fiasco of 1985 serves as a stark reminder. Innovation must not ignore the voices of loyal patrons. It underscores the significance of balancing new ideas with cherished traditions. Similarly, the Mars Climate Orbiter's demise in 1999, due to a simple metric conversion oversight, highlights the absolute necessity for meticulous attention to detail and the importance of universal communication standards in technology and engineering. Even in the realm of aviation, The mistaken emergency announcement on a British Airways flight illustrates the chaos that can ensue from unclear communication, underscoring the need for precise and clear protocols, especially in high-stress environments. As we navigate through the complexities of life, let the past serve not just as a guide, but as a wise old friend ever ready to teach us anew. Each mistake, each misstep in history, holds valuable lessons that, when heeded, can steer us away from repeating the errors of the past and toward making better choices in the future.